So in the last couple of days, there's been a lot of shit going on. You guys probably saw the video I posted to her channel where she talks about some problems she had with Danny and his team. For those of you that don't know, me and Danny had been friends since we were little kids, and until recently I was part of that team. First thing I want to get out of the way is that I'm not making this video to talk shit about anyone or make any judgments. I'm the last motherfucker with any room to talk about other people's decisions. I've made pretty much every bad decision there is to make, and I'm probably going to keep making them. So I'm not here to talk about the whole cheating scandal. I've cheated many times in my life, and I've been cheated on also. All I want to do is kind of clear up my side of the story and clear up some theories and rumors out there about what happened between us. To keep it short, me and Danny had always had issues growing up, just like all of their friends. But the problem started when money got involved. Danny and his mom are not the type of people that know how to run a business. Literally from the first show I ever did with them, there was problems with the money and how everything was handled, and it stayed that way for a really long time. I always let shit slide, and for too long, because of our friendship, and because I would tell myself that Danny didn't know better. He was still in a really young mindset. He'd never even had a job. So my main issue was with his mom, who was in charge and basically making all the decisions. Also, this isn't a me thing. Everyone on the team and most people who we've ever worked with had the same complaints about her. The only difference is that, unlike them, I'm not scared to speak up about it. The problems never stopped. Danny's fucking 20, so I ran out of excuses to make for him. He's a grown man, he should be able to make his own decisions. I really felt disrespected because if the tables were turned, I wouldn't be letting any of that happen to him. So it really drove a bar between us. In the end, I was at a point where I felt like I needed to leave. But before I did that, I wanted to talk everything out face to face, give it one last chance. They've never been the kind of people that confront things face to face, so I couldn't even get a hold of them. So my plan was to wait for rehearsals, which were like 2 days before we left on tour, to say everything that needed to be said. Unfortunately, I confided in my manager at the time, who was Danny's manager also, because I didn't want him to get caught up in the middle of all the drama. I had a lot of respect for him, and he reassured me. He was like, bro, like, I'm on your side, you know, like, I got you, I got your back, don't worry about it, this and that. Fast forward to the day before practice, I found out through my engineer that my manager let him know the label wasn't going to cover any more of my costs. When I called him to see what was going on, he was like, oh, like, what are you talking about? And then he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, that's because you're not going to be signed to the label anymore. I was really confused, but I just moved past it. I was just like, okay, whatever. But after that, he said, oh, by the way, you know the conversation we had? Yeah, I spoke to Danny's mom, and, you know, we've been looking for your replacement, and we found him, so you don't have to show up to the rehearsal tomorrow or any of the shows going forward. And it was over. At this time, I was also receiving a lot of pressure to sign an NDA, which Nara also mentioned in her video. And I was still owed some money from the last tour I had done with them. It was pretty much implied that I needed to sign the NDA so that I could receive the rest of the money from Patti, which wasn't even a lot, by the way. So it doesn't make sense for there to be like any delay or anything. Little after all this shit happened, everyone pretty much cut off communication with me, and on top of all this, I was going through a lot of other stuff. There was a lot of family trouble. There was just so much other shit going on that I just felt like my whole world had been like turned upside down, you know? And more than anything business or money related, what really sucked was not having my brothers there for me. But I dealt with it on my own. By any chance, if Eddie or Danny do watch this shit, the only thing that I do want to say, since I never got my last word in, is that it really sucked at the time, and I was really fucking pissed and upset because I really would have done anything for them. I could have maybe expected it from Danny, but not from Eddie. I feel like, Eddie, bro, like, if any of this shit had happened to you, I would have been right there with you. So it sucks that y'all just left me hanging like that. But anyways, I have no grudges towards anyone. I hope this cleared everything up, and that's it.